Hello everyone. Today we will be pulling 3 cards out of these 3 decks. The first one is the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and we will be asking about his feelings. How does he feel about you today? And let's see. And let's see at the bottom of the deck, we have 3 of Pentacles, which means he wants to work with you, to cooperate on something. We have 9 of Wands, where we can see a man who has a row of wands behind him, and he's holding on to one wand as if to protect himself, and we can see that he is hurt. So, and here we see 3 people. Maybe there is another person involved, and that's why the man has to protect himself. And we have King of Cups, so there are deep feelings involved. Now let's see what the 3 cards say when we put them, when we place them here. So the first card says 5 of Wands. There are 5 people who are fighting with their wands. So this usually signifies some sort of fight, disagreement, and the wands represent passion, so it's passionate. So there could be a fight, a competition, struggle going on. Probably he's struggling with himself. And then let's see the next card. Oh, this is the 9 of Swords, which means that, yes, he is struggling and he cannot sleep. You can see here he wakes up and he looks desperate and sad and worried. And you can see the 9 swords above him. The swords represent our thoughts, which means that his thoughts make him unhappy and make him worry, or maybe he didn't need to. And then we have the King of Wands. This is a king, passionate. You see the wand he has, and the wands represent fire, passion. So the king is passionate about you. You can see that he's holding a wand, and there is a lion behind him, and another lion here, which signifies bravery and passion, and maybe even a bit of ego. which is probably why he's conflicted. As we saw in the beginning, there were Three of Pentacles, suggesting that he may be involved with someone. And so it's about his ego. He cannot admit his feelings, his real feelings. He's fighting them, and but then they wake him up in the night. But you know, it's important to keep this image of him being the king, maybe he's a very successful person professionally, and this would ruin his image. So let's draw some cards from the Light Seers deck, and we can see here Ace of Cups. So there is genuine feeling of love in his heart, and the Ace of Cups usually suggests a new wave of emotions, birth of new emotions. And we see Four of Pentacles. You can see she's holding the pentacles to herself, which means she's holding on to her security. And Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, you can see she's caught up in her thoughts and tied up. But in reality, you know, it's possible to be free of these thoughts. But yes, and we have again the Leo, just like we had there, and a little lamp, which signifies strength and heart. You see heart here. So let's see, what do the cards say for the Five of Wands? What is the clarifier for the Five of Wands? And we see Ace of Cups here, which means he's probably fighting his feelings which look like they're strong because he has to fight them. So you can see that there is genuine love here. It's represented by this Ace of Cups. And yes, but he's fighting his feelings. Let's see what we have for Nine of Swords. Oh, the Emperor. Again, someone, you see, someone in charge. He looks very confident, and looks like he is, well, established, which means that this represents a danger to. He's probably thinking all night long about how to reconcile these emotions that endanger his status. He may be even thinking about it, what would happen if someone found out about his feelings or if he confessed them. So he's trying to hide it. And what about the King of Wands? Four of Wands. Yeah. Here we can see, we can interpret these Four of Wands in two ways. In one way, we can see that the Four of Wands is something joyful, something to celebrate, and it represents the fours represent some sort of stability, just like we saw the Four of Pentacles before, where she was holding on to her Four of Pentacles for security. Similarly here, the Four of Wands represent like four pillars of a home, and this is his stability. And you see, he's the king here, and that's his security. which means that his security feels endangered by these new feelings that he's feeling, and he doesn't want to give up his status and security for something so tender. But the Four of Wands could also signify 1111, because there's four wands, signifying like four wands, and this could signify the twin flame dynamic, which means that this relationship, the new feelings are very deep, and it can also signify that they feel like home to him, because the Four of Wands can represent a home. He may feel like home because of the true love that he feels, but at the same time so there is no doubt that there are true feelings here, and there is no doubt that he is fighting the feelings and worrying about it, worrying about his security, his status, but also feeling really connected and like home. So let's see. And here we have King of Pentacles, which is also someone who's very established in the material world. So again, signifying that he has the security. So let's see the final three clarifiers here. Let's see the three clarifiers clarifying the three cards about his feelings. So let's see in the bottom of the card. We have 10 of Cups. Oh, that's really deep love. The dreams come true. So that's how he feels. But here we have Mother of Swords, which is Queen of Swords, which is very she's very astute, you know, she wants the truth. So the truth wants to come out. But then we see the Temperance, so patience is needed. So we can see here that the truth is that this means the world to him. These feelings, this love for you that he has, that's the truth, because she signifies the truth. But the fact is also that patience and gentle combining balance is needed. And here we see Two of Cups. This was just the next. This is again the twin flame. You see the 2-11 card of true connection and love. So there is no doubt. We had the Ace of Cups, we had the 10 of Cups, and we had the 2 of Cups. There is no doubt that the feelings are real, but are they possible to be realized in the real material world? That's the obviously the challenge. And maybe the Queen of Swords was signifying that something needs to come out, it needs to be said. But you see, maybe because of the Temperance, this needs to be done carefully, slowly, by slow blending of the truth and the situation. So let's see what are the three cards. So we have again the Temperance. This is so interesting. So we can here we have clarified the 5 of Wands with the Ace of Cups and then Temperance. So he's fighting his feelings, and And the Temperance card suggests that the feelings are slowly developing, and time and patience is needed, and maybe even some inner work, meaning that the love is, and by fighting the love, there is spiritual development going on, because it's hard, the feelings are real, but they cannot be expressed for some reason. And the Temperance card suggests that this may lead to some development. So let's see about the card. Oh, the Magician. So here we see he's worrying, he can't sleep, he is powerful, he controls himself. But then there is the Magician, which means that he has the power. He does have the power to make this love real. It's within his power to do it. And the Temperance shows the way of how he could do it, by slowly blending the two energies. And finally we have the Two of Swords. Yes, again signifying that he has to make a choice. There are two swords and two paths that he has to decide which one to take. And this is not easy, because the reality is there is security, there is stability, there is status, but then there is this love, this true love, and there will be some magic necessary, and emotional and maybe even spiritual growth to be able to decide. He is faced with a difficult choice, and we will see how this will develop. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.